Happy Father's Day to every man who's ever been a positive force for someone else who needs or needed a father figure in their life. Oftentimes you may not even be blood related. It's one of the hardest yet most rewarding things you can do. Thanks, and please know you make a difference. This week's video is probably one of the most heartwarming stories we've found while out in the car community. We were at the incomparable benefit car show held at Benedict Castle in Riverside, California recently when we met Megan and her extended family showing their one family-owned 1973 Plymouth Duster. Megan's grandmother bought the car new, passed it down to her son Doug, Megan's father, and after Doug's recent and untimely death, Megan and her husband and kids are now entrusted and fully committed to carry on the tradition of pampering this all-original car and showing it at gatherings like this. It's a great story, and we know you'll love it. We'll let Megan and some of the family tell their story in their own words. Now let's go for a ride.
Hi everybody, this is Tom with If This Car Could Talk. We're at Benedict's Castle in Southern California, and we're here amongst some absolutely fabulous cars, great weather, and awesome people. We met these folks today. They have a story that will absolutely amaze you. This is Megan. She is the current caretaker of this beautiful Plymouth Duster. And I will turn it over to Megan. She can introduce her family here, and she'll tell you all about this great car. Megan?
Thank you for the intro. My name is Megan, and I'm the proud owner of this 1973 Plymouth Duster. I am the third generation owner, and it has been in our family for over 50 years. Here with me today I have my husband Ruben. Hello. And my mom Kim here to support this car. And all original. This car is 100% original, from the paint to the windows to the interior. It was handpicked by my grandma in 1972 when she special ordered the vehicle, all the way down to air conditioning and radio. About the mid to late 70s, my grandpa was transferred out to California for work, and so my dad drove the Duster out to California from Michigan and has been here ever since. It was my grandma's daily driver. So many special memories of the car when I was younger, riding around in the back seat, going to dance class and lunch and shopping and whatnot. And my grandma passed in 2017 and passed the car down to my dad. And he just really elevated the car to another level. The media following behind it, in magazines, in books, and just an incredible following behind the car. And my dad passed in November of 2022, just recently, just 6 months ago. And his wish was for me to carry on the legacy of this car. And it's been incredible, and I'm honored to be here today and just to carry on that legacy for him and what it means to our family. And it just means everything to have the whole family here supporting us, and all the kids and the grandkids and just everything. It's amazing.
Kim, tell us what the car means to you.
Well, Doug and I got married back in 1988. Apparently that's when I met the car. It was in his mom and dad's garage there in Yorba Linda. However, he never really drove it or anything because it was his mom's. And when she did pass away, right away we got the car, and it was in our garage for many years, and I wasn't allowed to touch it. I've never driven the car. I got to start it up once, but that was it. He never trusted me with the car. But he just took such good care of this car. It meant so much to him, and he knew, he would tell me all the time, if something happens to me, make sure Megan gets that right away. And unfortunately, he passed away in November. It's been over 6 months now, and we've all really have had a tough time thinking that he's not here with us anymore, but the car is. And I know his spirit is in this car. And the first thing he said to me before he passed, he said, "Get that car to Megan." I said, "Okay, baby, you got it. So 2 days later, it was in her garage.
Aww.
So I made sure she got that car. So she's taking really good care of it. She's got a great caretaker.
I just wipe the car and make sure it gets to and from the shows.
But what does it mean to you?
It is something special because the car, it's a fairly family heirloom, and it's something that doesn't happen a lot because a lot of people get these cars and sell them, or the next generation of kids don't want to take care of it and just would rather have the money, and that's not for us. We want to make sure that we keep her grandmother's what she thought was her pride and joy, and we want to keep it as our pride and joy and keep it going as long as we can keep it going. So it's just something very special, and it's a bond between us as a family to have something that connects us all in a special way. So I think that's what it means to me, and it means to us.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Megan, walk around the car and tell us your favorite features, and tell some of our viewers what you like.
Let's open the jewelry box here
Yeah.
and see under the hood.
Do that. That's the caretaker.
I'll do my job now.
Do you have a favorite feature?
I would have to say the color blue, just through inside and out. That was my grandma's favorite color. It's my dad's favorite color. It's my favorite color. So I definitely the color inside and out. It does have the 340 motor. Just quite impressive.
Fun to drive?
Absolutely.
Wow. And you guys have to see this interior too.
Yeah, one thing I didn't mention was about the mileage. There is just over a tick of the 28,000 original miles, which is just incredible in itself. So, yep, we have that.
I did take a picture of that. And look at all this goodies.
Yeah, on the inside here, all the different magazines that it's been in. Of course, we have a remembrance of my dad.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And then we have the original, the installment contract and the car production broadcast. We've had that laminated.
That is so cool. Wow. Anything else you can think of you'd like to add to the story?
I think that sums it up. I'm just incredibly proud. That's my uncle, yep.
Oh, yeah, let's go meet.
Hey, while we were here, Dennis showed up. He is one of the sons of the lady that ordered this new, and he was there when it ordered. So we're going to let him tell us what it was like the day that she ordered this. This is Dennis.
Hi.
Hi, Dennis.
Yeah, Megan and I were just talking about it, but one of the reasons my mom bought this car was because she wanted to help out Chrysler. And if you remember, in the early mid-'70s, that was when Toyota was starting to come around, and then the big three were no longer the big three, and all the business downturn. And so she wanted to do her part, because my dad worked for Chrysler, so she wanted to help him keep his job and then also help Chrysler by buying a car. And so that's what she did.
And she did good.
And she got it special just for her, and then we've kept it ever since, and pretty much either in my mom and dad's garage or in my brother's garage. And yeah, very low mileage, and it looks just the same
It's
as it
stunning.
did. Yeah, the only thing different is originally there were red pinstripe tires.
Oh, okay.
But he had to get new tires, and they didn't make them anymore. So this was the closest thing he could find.
Yeah.
But everything else, nothing's changed.
It's the coolest story.
Yeah,
It really is.
Yeah, it really is. It's
Yeah.
now the third generation, and
Yep.
soon, at some point fourth generation, and it'll stay in the family for a long time.
Very good. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thanks, Megan, for sharing your story and committing to the continued preservation and exhibition of this beautiful A-body Plymouth. It was great to meet the entire family and see how passionately they position, clean, and show this duster, with a special tribute to Megan's dad, Doug, on a plaque in the trunk. We're sure Doug is smiling down from heaven and giving a big thumbs up for how well Megan and her family are carrying on the legacy of this original paint muscle car. We hope you enjoyed it too. Tell us in the comments what you think of this sweet duster, and if you have any special memories of a car from your past. Be sure to join us next week as we bring you show coverage of the Benedict Castle, where there were so many wonderful cars, several of which we'll have stories about in the upcoming weeks. Until then, please remember to be careful out there.